Welcome back everybody to Life Post Stroke. For any of you that are new to the channel, again, this is the channel where I put everything that doesn't make it over onto my main channel, which is Hayes Tech. And this is also the channel where I talk about the 2 strokes that I've had and dealing with your life after having a stroke, you know, and all that. So enough of that. This is not going to be me talking about any of my strokes, but I do want to talk about a hobby that my wife has, which you all have seen on some of the videos previous to this one. So my wife is working on a new style of quilting, and I want to show you guys that. She has a small quilt finished, and I just wanted to show you guys what this thing entails because it's actually pretty cool. So when we come back, I'm going to show you my wife's new style of quilting that she's going to try to incorporate in some of the quilts that she makes going forward. So don't go away. When we come back, I'll show you her new quilt. And as always, if you liked my video, don't forget to hit that like button and share my videos. It really helps me out. And if you're new to the channel and you like what you saw, think about subscribing. And if you subscribe, don't forget to hit that notification bell icon. That way you get a notification of my videos as soon as I release them. Okay, so I'm not going to make a really long video. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of point the camera to the quilt and try to explain some of the things that she's doing differently on this. And again, some of the techniques that she's using on this quilt, she's going to try to incorporate in her future quilts. And remember, if any of you are interested in purchasing a quilt, you know, just mention below. She doesn't really officially sell her quilts, but she has, you know, sold a couple of them to, you know, just a couple people here and there. That's what it is. But with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at this quilt. Okay, so here we are. This is her finished quilt. As you guys can see, it's not a patch quilt like you're normally used to seeing with a bunch of patches, you know, sewn together. What she did was she went with more of a, so basically what she's trying to do is make, you know, what looks like flowers. So she made a bunch of flowers, and she was trying to figure out, you know, how to incorporate these flowers into a quilt. And what she did, of course, as you guys can see down here, is she made a flower pot, put some stems on the flower, and basically made it look like a flower pot with flowers coming out of it. I think it was an outstanding idea. Now, this backdrop she did, it was all white, and I was kind of, you know, nervous about that at first. But what I didn't understand was she was actually going to be putting in a quilt pattern in just sewing. Okay, so basically you have a flat color, which is all white, and you're sewing a design into that white, which you guys can see here, and I'll try to zoom in on that so you guys can see the stitch pattern. There you go. As you guys can see, you can see the different stitch patterns that goes into this, and you want to talk about a ton of time going into stitching. This one here took a lot of time. And this quilt is only 3 feet 4 inches square. It took almost as much time to make this quilt as it does for one of her full-size quilts. And most of the time was in making the flowers and, of course, all that design into that one big flat white pattern. And also what I like that she did with that white pattern is it's not just one big white piece of material, but it's a whole bunch of squares sewed together. So if you look at it, it almost looks like a brick wall. It looks like a white or a cream colored brick wall behind the flower pot. So I think it looks really cool. I'm going to go ahead and zoom into one of the flowers. So there you go. I went ahead and zoomed into one of the flowers, and I don't have a lot of light in here except for sunlight. And what I'm going to do is try to take the ISO up just a little bit. That's actually pretty good right there. That way you guys can see, you know, the colorations in it. I'll go ahead and zoom out slowly, let you guys take in the whole quilt. Okay, so there you go. Like I said, I'm not going to keep you very long. I just wanted you to see the newest of my wife's quilts. The back is done in a white material that has kind of like a gray, cloudy effect to it. Okay, well, there you go. I told you I wasn't going to keep this video long. I just wanted you all to see the quilt that my wife just finished up. Again, I think I'm actually pretty impressed with it. I'm not a quilt person, but you know, this thing is just freaking awesome. Again, this is what the back looks like. I don't know if the color is going to show, but you should be able to see the cloudy, like it looks like there's clouds on it, and of course a lot of the stitching goes through, so you can see that. But this is just another technique that she's incorporating in her quilting, and I just wanted to show you all. So that's going to be it for this video. And don't forget, on my other channel, Hayes Tech, as soon as I hit 5,000 subs over there, I'm going to be giving away my Canon T6i to one of you. So if you're not subscribed to that channel, think about subscribing. That's going to be the only way you can win that camera whenever I do hit 5,000 subs. Other than that, we're just waiting for the weather to clear, and that way we can start doing some fishing videos. We have some plans on traveling down to Georgia this year, hopefully. We're going to be bringing you guys along with us for that because we are going to be going down there looking for snakes and reptiles. So be looking for that. That's all I have for this video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.